Hello, this is Sean from Emmer Outdoors, and today we're going to be taking a look at my personal survival kit, so stay tuned.
We're going.
Okay, so here is the kit that I carry with me every day. This kit's largely based off of a Time magazine article that I saw a couple of years ago that detailed the new survival kits that the Navy SEALs requested. Of course, anytime you put the words Navy SEAL on anything, the price of those items goes up quite a bit. So while the items in this kit are top of the line, at least now, you're definitely going to be paying for it. So the philosophy behind this kit's use is that this kit's going to be carried on my person, in my pocket or on my belt, not in a vehicle or in my backpack. I have separate kits for that. The idea is that if you lose your backpack or if you can't find your vehicle or you get separated in some way, you're still going to have this kit on you. But obviously this is sort of a small kit. This is not the only sort of survival item I carry on me. Obviously this kit right here is going to be the primary one that I carry in my cargo pocket or my front pocket or whatnot, but I'm also going to carry shelter of some kind. I'm going to carry, if it's a pretty cold environment, or if I know I'm going to be, if it's wintertime, or if I know I'm going to be in an area which is unusually cold, I'm going to carry one of these emergency bivvies by SOL. If it's just a standard outing, I'm going to carry one of these emergency survival blankets by the same company. These are a little smaller, they're easier to carry. They're more conducive to pocket carry, whereas this right here just is kind of a lump in your pocket, which is not good. It's certainly not comfortable. And this seems to be a pretty happy compromise between something like this and some El Cheapo Mylar blanket, which is just going to be extraordinarily noisy and not provide enough warmth. So this is what I usually carry, but if I'm going into a cold environment, this is the one. Usually when I'm in the outdoors, I'm going to carry some of these items in my Silver Gear leg bag, just because it's more convenient. I don't like to carry this stuff in my backpack, like I said, because I might get separated from it, but this I'll usually have on me all the time. Usually also I'll have a pretty good knife with me all the time too. This is the K-Bar Becker BK7. It's a pretty big knife, but like I said, this is only for outdoor use. Usually this Silver Gear Partner Pack will also hold a pretty decent water filter. And once you add all these items up, plus this kit here, that's a pretty comprehensive survival kit just for individual use out, for a day hike or whatnot. But if I'm in an urban environment, obviously I'm not going to have some of this stuff on me, or at least in my pockets. But if nothing else, I try to get by with a minimum of this kit. This is why I'm talking about it today. So without further ado, let's get into the actual contents of the kit. Okay, so this actual kit here is the Suma container by Solcoa, I think, makes it. This one I got at Precision Rifle Supply a while ago. This is the large container. They make a smaller one that's, I think, a little larger than an Altoids tin, but I like this one because it's the largest you can fit in your cargo pocket comfortably. Previously what I was using was this Pelican case, this Pelican 1010 case. As you can see, this one's been used quite a lot for quite many years. And the reason I use this one is because, number one, it's a hard case, so the items in it are not going to be crushed, just like this case. Also, this one's waterproof. It has these little handles on it for paracord and whatnot. You can put a leash on it if you need be, and it's easy to open and get to your stuff. But I chose to upgrade for a couple of different reasons. One, once you're in some kind of emergency situation and you have to take the items out of this is really it. You can't really do much of anything with this. This particular container, once you take the items out, you can use this to boil water, dig a hole, do any number of things, make char cloth if you want to. It just has a lot more uses, even though that this is literally probably 10 times the price of this. It's more expensive, but when you're down to a compact type kit, this is pretty much the only one I'd choose. The Pelican case is waterproof, and this is only water resistant as far as I know. But I've never had this leak or anything, and it's been just as wet as this has, and it seems to work pretty well. The only thing that concerns me about this kit is the Velcro closure system. As you can see, the Velcro sort of opens like this, and then the top comes off like this. There's no hinges on the inside or anything. Really, you're just relying on the structural integrity of the locking aluminum. So if one of these gets cut, like say you have it in your pocket and something, piece of machinery or whatnot, cuts through your pant leg, it could cut this open. Whereas this right here, it's a protected sort of hinge mechanism that's not gonna. I mean, you might be able to pop it open, but you're not going to make it to where you can't close it again. So just something to keep in mind if you're going to buy one of these containers. You can obviously make your own closure system, but this is the one they ship with it, so I thought I'd at least talk about it. Let's see here. Now that I've opened the kit, and let's see here. You've seen the first item here is a water bag from a lock sack. Let's see here. Let me move this stuff off to the side so it doesn't get cluttered. As you can see, it's a pretty big bag. I don't know how much water it holds, but it holds enough to compute for the water tablets I have there. These water tablets are the let's see, what are they? Taharmayim. I think they're made in Jerusalem, Israel somewhere. It's got Hebrew writing on it. They're pretty good. They taste a little bit better than the Aqua Tabs, so that's why I keep them in here. Plus, they're a little smaller. So you can get a little bit more in that compact space where, obviously space counts. So that right there is right on top just because it's sort of, the springing action of this bag keeps everything from rattling around too much. So I'll set this here. Alright, so the next thing you have here is sort of a grab bag of little items that I didn't want rattling around. Obviously you can see right here a P38 can opener. And everybody knows that those sort of rattle around in kits, so I like to put these in Ziploc, real thick Ziploc bags, just so that they don't rattle around too much. So P38 can opener, not so much for opening cans in the middle of the woods as fire steel striker, little mini screwdriver. It just works really well. Let's see here. Sort of dump everything out. Let's see here. Alright, next thing I have here is 4 Tender Quicks, and these obviously are not the way you buy them. I took these and I squished them between a pair of pliers, or you can also do it in a vise. It doesn't take anything away, maybe dries them out a little bit because they have some paraffin or something inside them to keep them from going bad. But 4 of them fit pretty well in the space of 1 when you flatten them, so it looks like it's pretty effective. Next thing, which I'm thinking about replacing just because I have something better in the kit later on, I'll show you. This right here is a straw that I've melted, and inside the straw is jute twine, so it's redundant fire starter as well as cordage if need be. Not the best cordage, but hey, it works. Let's see here. This is one of the more interesting items in the kit that I didn't see that the Navy SEAL version had, but I thought that, it seems like it needs it. This is one of those radiation stickers. It's basically a radiation badge meter. It's a sticker that you're supposed to, I think, stick on the back of your driver's license or something. And basically this tells you how much radiation you've been exposed to. As you can see, mine's been used a little bit, so it's time for me to get a new one just because these expire every year. So that's one of the more neat items in the kit that I thought just deserved to be in there. So before we go on through the rest of this kit, we'll take a short break and we'll be back for part 2.